G'day everyone, how we going? Welcome to the first ever DPH Handyman and Yard Maintenance YouTube video. Just start around there. I've learned a lot this week already in regards to filming while working, and just being able to keep up with the workload as well as run a small YouTube channel. It's in its early days, but it's already so rewarding to see the footage that you can get to show that perspective and the information just firsthand, and have it in such great detail for you guys. It's just, I've been following it for 10 plus years. The lawn care nut is, I'm a massive fan over in America there. Brian's Lawn Maintenance, Brian Core, Ambrose Landscaping, they've all been inspiration, plus a bunch more that I can't name them all in the YouTube video I've got, to be honest. Another big one I will mention is the Handyman. He's just got great tips and tricks, but also facts that is just the way of the world. Pricing shouldn't be such a massive thing to get your head around when it comes to an hourly rate or pricing on the job. It becomes a time, you've got to look at it as in people are willing to pay for the quality of work, and they want it and expect to see results, and you know what you're worth, you know what you can provide. That's the biggest thing you've got to be able to do going forward, is know your worth, and then from there you can grow your business much quicker than if you were to just work purely off that hourly rate. Because if you do that, as much as it's an honest day's work, it still is when you're doing it priced on the job. It's just people don't have the know-how or the equipment to get the job done. You're there to fill that gap and you provide a service. There's 100 other people just in my area doing what I'm doing, but I'm consistently booked out 3 to 4 months in advance because I deliver results first time every time, and then people get me back based on that. It helps too, like I've got a young growing family, a young boy, he's 3 years old, a little girl that's a couple of months old now. My wife and I moved up here to start a better life for ourselves, based on the fact I was 6 days a week working in the big city and earning a good wage, doing all the right things, but you get a bigger mortgage, you get a more expensive car, you end up getting all this other stuff that you don't actually need, and that's where the motivation came to start doing what I'm doing now, and for this YouTube channel to help someone else that's in a similar boat to what I've gone through and experienced. But it's not for everyone, that's for sure. Working for yourself, it is challenging, and also now having another worker who's my brother, keeping them afloat as well as ourselves, that's a challenge in itself. But to be then, like I said, booking out 3 to 4 months in advance and having that little bit of a buffer to then draw on that, and I don't know, there's so many different avenues you can go in this industry. Just depends on your skill set and what you've acquired over for me it's been 10 years of plumbing, 10 plus years of plumbing. I got out of home, I was around 20, 21 years old, bought our first house, and from there I just wanted to do more and more on my own. Whether that's when I was younger, I just never needed to do it. Dad would always do it, so it wasn't ever an issue. But as soon as I got my own property, my own things, and again, like back then it was possessions, it was material, and it's changed massively in the last, well, my wife and I have been together 12 years now, and our mind has completely shifted from what we were and knowing what we want out of life and what we're going to do, and then it's just pretty much going from there and attacking it from there. So the goal for this channel is to be a point of reference for you guys to see our growth, because we still are relatively new. I know 18 months, not even, the business has been going for, but in that short space of time it's gone from that first week having 3 days work to then the following week was like this. It's just started to rain, and that's why I'm recording now. I love, it's the perfect time. We're breaking the drought slowly now. This is the first step. it looks like the long range forecast is showing end of January, February, March, all going to be good rain. So especially where we are on our area, but the whole of Australia needs it now. So what better time to shoot this first episode? And yeah, I hope you guys get something from it. I will be referring to my phone for notes because, again, I don't know how the YouTubers get all the videos out in the week, and they appear to be just reading, saying what's on the top of their head, not reading off the script. And for me, it's something very new and challenging, but I'm going to be learning, and I appreciate all the support and love that I get via social media. I never had that before I had the business. There's so much great content that I want to talk to you guys about, and this is just another avenue to do that. I hope this rain isn't too distracting either. I guess with the channel, we'll be discussing. Sorry about that, guys. It was very distracting with that rain, but we definitely need it, so I was giving it all the time it needed there. Where was I? That's right. Okay. Alright, we'll be starting with one episode per week is the main goal at the moment for the YouTube channel. We'll be discussing pricing, quoting, all the sort of know-how tutorials that we can do to help show how to do the job. It's just a massive variety of work that we cover, so I can't talk about everything in one video. It's just going to have to be sectioned off, and from there we just comment, talk, grow. Everyone helps one another, and that's the beauty of this world we live in today. There's so many people out there doing similar tasks, and that's the thing. It's not rocket science, but at the same time, there are methods, there are processes to make your life easier, to make more money, to make your life better because of that reason. It's the day and age we live in is the world revolves around money. We've just got to be smarter with how we use it and what we do when we earn it, and how we earn it. Main issue when I'm watching American, and they're all great American-based YouTube channels, but their conditions are completely different to what we're facing over here, especially at the moment. But their grass is 4 to 5 inches high. They're using ride-ons because no one has gates or fences. They have gates and fences, of course, but a lot of their homes are open plan, and you can fit ride-ons all the way around the property. And that would be awesome if we had it here. Pricing would obviously be different as well, because with a push mower you're taking longer to do it. And our dollar's different to their dollar, everything, there's so many variables with it. And that's why when I go through it all, our quoting, our pricing, it'll be applicable to Australia. So if you're watching in America, don't apply it to America because you're probably pricing too high or completely different ballpark altogether. Questions will be answered like how often should I mow, at what height should I mow, when we go through it, when's the right time to fertilise, when's the right time to aerate. All these little things. Is it okay to mulch rather than bag? Everyone knows my answer to that, and I mulch. There's just so many benefits to it. Even throughout winter, if you get thatch, you dethatch, it's no big problem. Ready to go for the next spring, hit your aeration, go through it, get the fert down over winter. There's just so many times. You can do it 3 to 4 times as long as you're doing a nice slow release. A mixture between synthetic and organic fertilisers is what I use. There's just so much knowledge that I've got up here that I want to get to you guys, and this is the way to do it. So there will also be yard maintenance galore. I've got the ute packed at the moment. I'll show you before I end this video if I don't run out of battery. It's just, as far as that goes, that could range from hedging to a retaining wall to a deck restoration when I'm doing my handyman works, or painting inside, outside of properties. Like, there's obviously a price limit and a cap that a handyman has, and over here is no different. From memory, 3,300 is for building works, 5,000 for everything else. So as far as large projects go, there's a bit of information straight away about what your limits would be here in Australia, or at least New South Wales, where I'm from. Queensland, slightly different. Every state will be slightly different. touch on one more thing, and in this field of work, it's just marketing is key. It'll just pay dividends if you are able to not only deliver the results, but be able to talk to somebody face to face, say what you're going to do, and actually deliver that on time, on budget, every time. That's the biggest key. But marketing over here for me, it's still 80% Facebook. People say, oh, it shouldn't be on the avenue, and that's fine, but for me, joining all the groups, having all the support, and again, it might be different in my area, it might be different in Sydney, where you've got a massive amount of people and even more concentration of people doing what I'm doing for work. And so maybe Facebook won't work. You have to build up a reputation of word of mouth, and people will talk that way. But around here, it's purely word of mouth through and via Facebook and social media, but also in public, because they're not afraid to tell you how it is when someone has ripped them off, because there obviously is trades out there doing it, and so it'll work both ways for you. If you're going to rip people off, it'll come back and bite you pretty hard. So the idea is you deliver a quality result every time at a price that suits your business plan, because that's the thing, your business module, your business plan, whatever you'd like to call it, that's going to change and shift over time. Mine has greatly. The direction I wanted to go when I first started compared to now, and I purely would love to go full time with lawn care, but it just, in the climate at the moment, it just can't quite get there. So for now, I fill the gaps with the yard maintenance as well as all the handyman work. So once you start weighing all that up and see the direction you want to go, how much money you need to make, that's the point of call. You've got to see what do you want to achieve. Do you want $1,000 a week? Do you want 2,000? Do you want 4,000? The sky's the limit. You can push it to whatever you'd like to go to. You're obviously going to need a lot more help to get there, extra pair of hands, but that's the things you've got to factor in. If you feel like you're at a place that you can do it, which I feel at the moment, 2 to 3 workers for me would be comfortable. But at the moment 2, we'll get through this winter, and then next spring probably look to expand even further. I'm just obviously wanting to not let anyone down is the biggest thing, clients and my employees. So everyone's got a family to go home to, and work's just one aspect of our lives, but if you can go to work and thoroughly enjoy it, then life everywhere else in your life will be better for it. I get to see my kids at a decent time every afternoon now. I get Saturday, Sundays off guaranteed, and I can book out time whenever I'd like to book out time. I've just got to obviously cover clients that I have booked in. Alright, so with that, I'll just hopefully the editing all works fine, and I'll leave you with some aerial footage of some works that took place early in the week. I think there's some footage of me whip snippering, where again, learning. We'll nearly finish this property. It was highly overgrown from nearly 3 weeks over Christmas, and I had what I thought it was enough fuel to show this patch of grass in the whip snipper, but you'll see in the video I run out, so pretty funny when we're not used to filming and waiting to film and things like that. You're using up more fuel with your whip snippers just sitting there idling and things like that. So just all a learning game, learning curve, but it's been fun, and I really hope that the message can come across that this is something that we are really passionate about doing and providing a service to you guys. It'll be great to even get to 1,000 subscribers. The YouTube people I follow are at 70,000 plus. I think Lawn Care Nuts at 300,000 plus, and I get it, America's a bigger place, but at the same time, I'm not in it for anything else but to help someone else like what I've gone through. That's the type of person I want to reach. DIYers, if you'd like to learn how to get your lawn looking its best all year round, because it doesn't have to go dormant in winter. It's a Australian myth, everyone mows too short, and that's what happens. So there's so much content that we're going to be talking about, so many exciting things coming. I'm really pumped to get this ball rolling, and this was the first step. Again, my personality type, I'm not one to speak in front of crowds or anything like that, and I'm not here to preach to anybody. I'm just here to help that person that would like that extra little bit of helping hand and knowledge to push further and create a life that you only dreamt was possible. You just, yeah, you get told one thing, you got to work for the man your whole life, you got to save up, you got to get your super, you got to get your RDO, but if you invest properly, if you have other avenues, there's so many avenues, there's thousands of possibilities. Don't limit yourself, just push to be better in every aspect of your life, and that's not to be bragging at all. It's bettering yourself for you and your family. That's all it should come down to. And if you're doing it for any other reason, then that's where it might not work, because you've got to truly be in it for the right reasons. And that's what I believe. So we just need to all work together, and if we can do that via this, it'll be great. So yeah, cheers, and I'll see you guys soon. Just reading if there's anything more there. I'll show this ute quickly, and then we'll flick on over to the aerial footage. So hopefully this doesn't vibrate too much. Sorry guys. Let's flip this around. 1 second. Look at my lighting. Look at that. I just got these battery powered hedge trimmers. I've just been informed by Gary, the man here at Timbertown. He owns a Husqvarna shop. He's been here 30 plus years, if I'm correct. He reckons that the water's fine. You can use it. They submerged the actual unit in a bucket of water to show people that it actually would hold up. And you can see my gear of choice. You'll understand why I've gone Husqvarna in coming videos. But it pretty much it comes down to a lot of factors, lightness being one of them, dependability. Obviously it's a big name, Husqvarna, it's not going anywhere. We've also got, as far as the Stihl versus Husqvarna versus Echo versus, you've got so many different options. Maruyama's version over here is called Bushranger. I've tried that, that's that one behind me. As far as they go, you've got these here, right? And two mowers, HRX, the Husqvarna Honda, powered engine, same deal, you can see pure mulching mower. I've done a slight comparison video. If you see one of my first videos I've put out, I'll be going into much more depth obviously with these videos, but yeah, this is what this channel's for. So the Maruyama is a Japanese built engine. Bushranger's just remarketed over here. And we've got the Hedge Trimmer, which I tried them first, but unfortunately for me, the only place that was selling them was an hour down the road. So that's a big thing when you're looking at purchasing all your gear. Make sure your dealer is close by. If anything's to go wrong, you can drop it off to him, go to work, come back, he's fixed it within, it depends if he's got the part obviously, but you know what I'm saying. You want someone nice and close, dependable, reliable, been there a long time. Husqvarna's a great brand. He's a great bloke up there, and no disrespect to Stihl at all. They were great people as well. But for me and my business, Stihl was just too heavy. I've got the 94 RS, I think it's called over here, but it's just the Stihl 94 trimmer. I've got hedge trimmers. I've got an old bench shaft trimmer that's lasted 10 plus years. I can't fault them on their quality. As far as quality goes, it'll last you. No matter what you choose, Husqvarna, Echo, Stihl, Bushranger, Maruyama, Honda. I've got a Honda multi-tool in there. Same deal, I got that off eBay because it's cheaper, it's the same engine. There's so many different things you can do. But anyway, I'm rambling now. I'll leave you with this footage, and thank you guys very much. But I'll see you all soon. Cheers guys.